So the song Dancing on My Heart was inspired by that universally relatable struggle of trying to move on after a breakup. And, the fact that it's not as easy as it seems. It's not always easy to move on just because, your ex will try to find their way back in somehow. So that's basically what the meaning is about and the inspiration. And as far as the process goes for it, the creative process, it's completely different, I'd say, from anything else I've ever released before, especially compared to the last album, which was my first album that I released, my debut album called Ready to Run. It was entirely self-written, self-composed. So with this song, it was really cool to be able to collaborate with other producers and songwriters and just it's kind of post-pandemic process, right? So my last album was created entirely during quarantine, so I had limited resources on hand, couldn't do much, couldn't really go out to any studios. I just kind of recorded in my home studio where I am right now. But with this single, it was really exciting because I got to go out to the studio in Toronto and just record my vocals there, send them back to LA. So it was a really fun process, and the entire thing was actually written through one Zoom session just like this. So it was very exciting. It's a different experience, I'd say, but that's what kind of made it special overall. And it's all about good vibes, and it's just a dance bop. So I'm really hoping that listeners are loving it, listening to it, dancing to it, and just relating to it. I came up with the name when I was really little. So the C actually corresponds to the letter of my first name, which I may reveal sometime in the future. And the 5 is my lucky number because I was born on the 5th day of the 5th month. And magic, all I've ever wanted people to do was just experience the magic through music. It's such a universal language, and it connects us all through, even the most challenging of times. And we've seen it during the pandemic, right? Music has been there for us and has basically brought us together. So that's something that I want to portray through my music and share with my listeners. I would say I'm definitely, I'd say thoughtful. I always like to be there for my friends, and I'm a good listener. My friends tell me that I'm a good listener. So if you guys ever need someone to talk to, I'm here to listen. I'd also say creative. It's something that, I've always been able to do. I've always been able to commit to something in art form and just, release creativity out from it. So it's something I've loved doing ever since I was little, dancing, acting, singing, everything. So creative as well. I'd also say I am kind, because spreading kindness, we need more of it today, especially during these times. We need more love than ever. That's a great question. I love dance pops, and the reason behind that is because I feel like, there's enough, stuff going on in the world right now, and there's a lot of sadness and things like that. So I want my music to be there for people and lift them up. But that doesn't mean that my lyrics can't be meaningful. I always like to have, a deep meaning in my lyrics, but also have something to dance to. So that's something that I love about songwriting. I feel like no matter what the emotion is, whether you're sad or happy, you can always somehow find a way to turn it into a dance and just kind of dance your feelings off and have that fun vibe with your friends and stuff. So it's a little bit of that paradox, you could say. It's a mix of, having emotional lyrics, deep meanings with some fun, boppy dance vibes. So in the future, definitely, I would love to try some ballads and definitely give that a go, because I'm a lover of all genres of music, as there's as many as there are. I would say I love exploring different things and just trying new things out. Blackpink, all the way. I am obsessed with them. I think they're amazing. I love everything. I mean, they're actually one of my biggest inspirations musically, fashion-wise. Music videos. I actually told my videographer for this music video, I was like, I want to try and recreate, just not recreate, but be inspired by something that Blackpink does, because I think their music videos are the best. Okay, I don't think anybody can top them. And their fashion sense, oh my gosh, I could go on and on talking about Blackpink, but I think they're amazing and very creative. And we have a lot in common in terms of style and like fun vibes and colors and just bold and edginess. So definitely Blackpink is my favorite girl group right now. I would say singers that are very emotional in their voice, and I think, you know, some of the best singers out there are ones who can move you. So I would say Christina Aguilera. She's been one of my inspirations for the longest time. I think she's amazing vocally, of course, but also just the passion and the way she delivers her vocals. It's very touching, and her performances are always so captivating, start to finish. So every time I listen to her sing, whether it's an upbeat song, a ballad, doesn't matter, she always finds a way to move me, and that's something that I want to be able to do through my music as well. Of course, Blackpink, one day. And some Canadian love as well, so I would say Justin Bieber or The Weeknd, Shawn Mendes. Yeah, those are just some of the ones on my bucket list right now. I definitely think that I am inspired by so many different people, artists around me, but at the end of the day, I do want to be Cmagic5. I want to set my own path, and I do want to inspire people through my music in a way that really hasn't kind of been done before. So I do want to I think that's what makes music and anything so special when it comes to artistry, is like you get to be yourself, and you just get to kind of share your special spark with the world, and that's something that I want to do. I'm inspired by so many artists, like as I mentioned, you know, Christina Aguilera, Lady Gaga, Dua Lipa. I think they're all special in their own way. So I think, you know, being inspired by these people, you can kind of create your own brand through that, and that's what I'm most excited about. I'm excited to kind of pave the way for Cmagic5. I did a little birdie tell you? I think you know. Yes, definitely an EP. There is an EP coming out soon, and sometime next year, early next year. So there will be an EP with tons of new music. And I think, Agnes, you mentioned earlier about the music video, so that's coming out soon. It's not out yet. It's going to be out on October 22nd. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up soon, and it's very exciting. And also some different collaborations coming up with some producers, songwriters. So I'm really excited to share that with my listeners. Great question again. I would recommend that you listen to Dancing on My Heart. I would say in this song, it definitely showcases my artistic evolution. I've been able to do so much in this song that I've been always meaning to do, whether it be, you know, just explore my vocal capabilities, you know, discover more of my artistry, and just kind of make the music that I really want to make and showcase my sound the most, which is, you know, contemporary pop with touches of rock style in there, but dance too. So it's kind of like a fusion, and it's very interesting, and I just can't wait for more and more people to hear it. Well, writing is one of my favorite parts of the creative process. So my favorite part about writing is that I don't have to judge myself. Whatever comes out whenever I'm writing, I just let it flow. And I find that that's when I come up with the best lyrics, is when I'm not pushing for anything. I just let it flow. And it's almost like it's a nice release. It's like songwriting is like keeping a diary, as they all say. So it's a great outlet. It's a creative outlet for me to just be myself, my most authentic self, express myself through music and lyrics, and just be able to share that with others. I'd say the hardest part, though, is definitely for me, I have like a vivid imagination, so I get a lot of ideas at once. And so what happens with that is it sometimes gets kind of hard to focus in one area. So I was like, I want to talk about this. No, I want to also write about that. But I love talking about that kind of thing. So it's just how to organize those thoughts and just control. Because once you start, it's like it's a flood. It's a river of emotions, thoughts, lyrics. So it's about kind of just choosing one thing to stick with and following through with it. I love movies. I love watching movies. I try to watch movies whenever I can, whenever I have time. Also, a fun fact about me, do you know what laser tag is? I'm sure you do. It's one of my favorite games to play, so Whenever I have some time, I love playing that with friends.
What's your favorite movie?
Ooh, what is my favorite movie?
Yeah.
I would say, that's a tough one. I love, do you know The Greatest Showman?
Oh, I know. It's a very touching movie.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's a musical. It's such a I love the soundtrack in that movie. It's one of my favorite. It has my favorite songs in there as well. So I'd say The Greatest Showman and anything from the Fast and Furious series because I love action. So definitely Fast and Furious. Oh no, I can't even imagine doing anything other than music. Oh my goodness. It's just something I knew that I've always wanted to do ever since I was little. So it's so hard to imagine not doing anything that's involved in the arts. It would definitely be something in the arts though. If it wasn't music, to answer your question, it would either be maybe some acting, dancing, anything like that because, modeling here and there. So anything to do with the arts because I feel like I'm a very creative person and if I'm not doing anything creative, I don't feel well. So I always want to be out there just performing, making others smile and being creative. Oh, thank you so much, Agnes. I had such a fun time talking to you. Your questions were amazing and I had so much fun. I really hope you guys are loving Dancing on My Heart. The song's been doing really well in Taiwan, so I'm really, really happy about the response and I really hope to visit you guys in person someday and be able to perform there. So looking forward to that.
Thank you so much.